Hey there, Codger here. I'm glad you're taking the time to watch my stuff. I've been at this a long time, and I think I bring valuable insights to complicated issues. Here is the concept. If an area of investment interest is growing rapidly, the tools and internal plumbing are what you want to own. That's what this video is about. Imagine a bank vault that is perfectly secure, heavy, and locked tight from the inside. Nothing can get in to steal the contents. That is exactly what a blockchain ledger is. It is an incredibly safe digital vault for keeping track of records and assets. But there is a major catch. This vault is completely blind, deaf, and cut off from the outside world. If you write a digital contract inside that vault that says, pay out the insurance money if it rains more than 3 inches in Chicago today, the vault has no way to look out the window to see if it is raining. It cannot check a website, look at a scoreboard, or read a newsfeed. It is entirely trapped inside its own walls. This is where Chainlink comes in. Chainlink was built to be the trusted, independent delivery truck that brings real-world information into the blind digital vault. Without it, these advanced digital vaults are useless for real global commerce. Let's talk about the founders of Chainlink and where they got their financing. To understand how this network grew, you have to look past the usual internet hype and examine the actual builders. Chainlink was started back in September 2014 under the name smartcontract.com. The two men behind it were Sergey Nazarov and Steve Ellis. Nazarov is a practical builder who focused entirely on building the structural pipes of the system, while Ellis brought the engineering discipline needed to make it run. They eventually renamed the project Chainlink because that is exactly what it does. It links real-world data to digital networks. Unlike the fly-by-night operations that pop up during every market craze, Chainlink was funded to survive for the long haul. The founders raised $32 million in a structured public token sale in September 2017. More importantly, they secured early backing from serious institutional venture capital firms like Framework Ventures, Nirvana Capital, Fundamental Labs, and Continue Capital. This financial war chest allowed the team to keep quietly working and building heavy infrastructure during years when the general public was not paying attention. So there is real money behind this token, and they pay attention to detail. I like that. Now let's talk about how Chainlink works kinda like an independent notary. So, how does Chainlink actually move this information safely? If you only trust one computer to tell the vault the price of oil or the weather in Chicago, that computer could lie, break down, or get hacked. Chainlink solves this by using a decentralized network of independent computer operators. Think of it like a panel of independent building inspectors or a group of public notaries. When the vault needs to know the price of a stock, Chainlink asks multiple separate independent computers for the answer. It aggregates their responses, throws out any obvious lies or errors, and delivers the verified truth to the vault. It's awesome, and it works fast. To make sure these messengers stay honest, the system runs on a utility token called Link. Think of the Link token as the mandatory postage stamp or fuel. If a corporation or a bank wants Chainlink to deliver data to their digital vault, they must buy Link tokens to pay the independent messengers for their work. Get it? Volume builds demand for the token, which eventually increases its price. It is a straightforward, real-world utility business model. Best of all for conservative investors, Chainlink is not a regulatory gamble. It has been explicitly classified as an approved digital commodity by United States regulators, the SEC and CFTC. It sits firmly on our Clean 16 list, meaning major financial institutions can use it without the threat of legal liability or government lawsuits hanging over their heads. Consider some of the real-world execution using the Chainlink blockchain for financial services. You know, making money work. Chainlink started out by providing simple price feeds to early decentralized financial applications, helping secure billions of dollars in digital transactions. But its real growth story is what is happening right now with the biggest names in global finance. Chainlink has upgraded its delivery system into a global network called the Cross-Chain Interoperability Protocol. This formatted software allows different financial institutions to pass data and move values securely between entirely separate banking ledgers. The real-world proof that this is a valuable format is in the data and who is using it. The Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which is known as the DTCC, processes quadrillions of dollars in traditional financial transactions, has officially integrated the Chainlink runtime environment into its platform. They are using it to manage asset prices, valuations, and collateral movements 24/7 across global markets. Chainlink serves as the core data infrastructure for real-time foreign currency settlements for Project Pangea, a massive consortium of over 50 global banks representing $10 trillion in assets. Other large decentralized asset managers like Kelp and Solve Protocol systematically rely on Chainlink's network to safely manage and move hundreds of millions of dollars every week. What is coming next? I call it the highway to the future. Check it out. The massive shift happening right now is called asset tokenization. Major traditional financial firms are moving real-world assets like corporate bonds, real estate, and mutual funds, and putting them onto digital ledgers to cut down on paperwork and settlement delays. But those digital assets are completely useless if they do not know their own current market value. Chainlink pipes in the prices. Chainlink owns the digital highway and the toll booth that delivers that vital data. Furthermore, as artificial intelligence using agentic agents begins to run automated systems, these AI programs will need to make millions of rapid transactions with other machines. They cannot wait days for an old-fashioned bank wire to clear, and they cannot operate without real-time data. They will use digital contracts, and those contracts will rely entirely on the secure plumbing Chainlink provides. You can plainly see where this is heading. So here is my conclusion. There is a major disconnect in the market today. While Chainlink's underlying plumbing is processing historic volumes and running live production systems for the world's largest financial institutions, the short-term retail market price often trades at a massive discount to its true value. For an investor who looks at fundamentals rather than internet noise, a large gap between what an asset actually does and what it currently costs is not a reason to panic. It is a textbook clearance sale. When the basic plumbing of global commerce is being systematically replaced, you don't need to try and guess which flashy application will win. You just need to own a piece of the highway. Ignore the crowd, follow the pipes, and look at where the smart money is building. This is educating yourself. You can do that at thecryptocodger.com.